Hi, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. So listen, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Let's get into the story. Be careful. Be careful of the people you hang with. Be careful of the places you go. Be careful of the things that you do, because some of them things might come back to haunt you. This one is about a Jamaican American by the name of Alec Matthew Hugh Sam, listed as 36 years old. And I want, before I even start, to extend this platform to his family members and friends. If the story that we tell right now seems twisted and you have the straight story, feel free to contact us at 1-806-587-8953. That's SouFLoTV, or SouFLoTV at gmail.com. That's SouFLoTV at gmail.com. Other people who want to reach out to us for business purposes or any story you need for us to cover or want us to cover, those are the same channels that you reach out to us through. All right. I'm looking at this story, I said to myself, I wonder what could have caused this. So we're going to get into the details of what was published by the Broward County Police Department, and then we're going to get into also what was said after. So far, we heard about a shooting, and the shooting happened in an apartment complex that left one man dead. Right. So upon that shooting that left that one man dead, we discovered that that one man was who I just said, the name of the individual I just said. I will tell you more about him in a second. So, fast forward to those who are said to have done it going on the run and then being arrested. A 29-year-old woman was arrested this week after being charged in the 2024 murder of Alec Hugh Sam, who is a Jamaican American, and he is also a father of two. Alec was killed just hours after he had struck this same young lady, slapped her in the face, from what we have been told, during an encounter in Miami-Dade County. According to Local 10 News, according to arrest affidavit, police report, and bystanders or eyewitnesses, detectives said that Yesenia Collier, they believe, conspired with. All right, so like I was saying, the detectives believe that the woman they have arrested for his murder is Yesenia Collier, and that she conspired with another woman and a gunman to orchestrate the fatal shooting of the Jamaican American Hugh Sam in Miramar, Florida. Authorities say that Hugh Sam and Collier had spent time together at the Ghost Bar in Davie. They were together. That means there was some type of relationship. I don't know if it's a contractual relationship, as in you buy time from a date, and or more than that. And later on at Club 24 in Opelika, there's a club that opens for 24 hours down in Miami, where he reportedly slapped her in the face. I don't know what transpired there either. There are rumors out there, rumors saying that he was paying for her time and then he wanted services that he was not willing to pay for, kind of thing. And he owed her a certain amount of money and he would not pay the money up before she would go any further. So she decided to not give any more services of her time or whatever else she was giving, and he became angry and he slapped her in her face. Clearly, the report said that they had spent time together. They were at the Ghost Bar in Davie first, and then later on they went to Club 24 in Opelika, where he slapped her in her face. Now, Once he slapped her in her face, apparently she called some people in and they conspired to get him, not just for the slap, but for monies that were owed. One of the stories out there is that she was hoeing and she had a pimp. And you know how that goes already. You can't take a hoe's service and not pay. If she has a pimp, he's going to lay the law down. You might even lose your life. This is why I said, if the story is twisted, I hope the family gives us the straight part of the story. This could very well be that man's child's mother, one of his baby moms. We don't know. He is a father of two. Okay? Now, authorities said that Hugh Sam and Collier spent time. Okay, when they got to the 911 call, Collier, when she called 911, related to the shooting, according to the records from the Broward County Sheriff Office, can you imagine somebody calling 911 and saying something like, he shot the nigga. He shot the nigga. Nigga. He shot the nigga. She kept saying on the 911 call, he shot the nigga. He shot the nigga. I don't know if English is not her first language, or I don't know if she is just so hood or street. I don't know if she was inebriated, drunk, high at the time of making the 911 call. You know, some people freak out on a 911 call. You're in the middle of partying at Club 24 in Opalaka, and next thing you know, bam, 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 the person you're with is shot. You orchestrated it, but you high and drunk. So you got to call 911 to make it look like you wasn't no part of this and you're trying to save the person you're with. According to detectives, that scenario I just brought up, that's what a part of what happened. So her 911 call has her on it, shouting, he shot the nigga. He shot the nigga. She was also heard saying, he shot him. He shot him. He shot the nigga. So she was saying, he shot the nigga. He shot him. He shot him. He shot the nigga. This is when the fatal shooting began to be investigated. Miramar police officers responded to the scene on October 3rd of 2024, and they found Hugh Sam laying in the middle of the street at the Avalon Miramar Park Place. Authorities says Stephen LaPenta, 34, shot him once. Didn't shoot him no more times. You know, when somebody shoots someone once, it tells a lot. There was restraint to the shooting. They were arguing. There was restraint to the shooting with no malice. You understand? That's just how law enforcement look at it. Like, if I'm super angry and I really want to kill somebody and my motive is to kill, I'm not going to have a gun with a long clip full of bullets and only shoot you once. If I shoot you once, you might live. I'm trying to kill you. So this could very well show that his intention was to harm him. His intention was to discipline him. Might go along even with the story of she was a working girl and he was paying for her services and her pimp was regulating, or whoever she had acting as her enforcer. Doesn't necessarily have to be her pimp. The story that's out here says pimping, right? That's somebody who backs up the female when she goes to do her services and the John refuses to pay. You call on this person come through, wave the pistol around a little bit, might get into an altercation. You're going to have to squeeze that trigger. And, you know, the intention wasn't to kill him. The intention was to just squeeze the trigger, probably hit him one place, one time, back him up, make him know that, hey, don't play with us, pay up. And it didn't work out that way for him. He got a fatal shot. Now, another news network says that the female, she's 29 years old. And her name, she's 29-year-old Yesenia Collier. and she had been taken into custody in connection with the 2024 murder of the Jamaican American father of two. Now, you got to remember this happened in 2024, in late 2024, as 2024 was winding down to an end. They were not brought into custody until April of 2025. This is why I'm bringing you this now, right? Okay, plain understanding. So it went on further to say that authorities says that Collier, now they have further information and further proof that she plotted with another woman and a gunman, and the gunman is 34-year-old Stephen LaPenta, to carry out the shooting in Miramar. It all, and if you're wondering what the motive is, it says that the motive, it all reportedly started over a $3,500 dispute and an altercation earlier that night at two South Florida clubs. Remember, they were at the club in Davie first, then they left and went to Club 24 in Opelika, which is where he slapped her in her face, right? And what was the slap about? How did $3,500 come into play? We don't know, but this is what the police has now. $3,500 and a dispute that stretched over two South Florida clubs. About the Jamaican, it says that Hugh Sam was raised in Jamaica, and then he came to live in the United States of America in South Florida in 2014. He was the person who was shot and left in the middle of the street, and he later died at Memorial Regional Hospital. Boy, sad thing, man. You know, I tell myself, I not if I can help it. I'm trying my best to live the best life I can live so that I am not sent back to Jamaica in a box, you know, under these kinds of circumstances. I don't know how much he played into what happened to him. Was he out here living risky? The details are still very vague. They haven't put all the pieces together for us, the public, yet. Like, for instance, the streets are talking, but I want to know from law enforcement exactly what it is they found. Like when they break the whole story down. Yes, it was $3,500 involved. There was a dispute over $3,500. Yes, him and her were arguing. The girl and the guy who actually pulled the trigger, they were not there. She called them after he put hands on her, and they conspired to get him shot, according to law enforcement. I'm going to leave this one right here. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. You know, all I can say is, man, condolences to his family. May his soul rest in peace. When I come a family, foreign for people kill we off up here. All right, so here's another version of what happened. I'm telling you, the story about how this Jamaican dude got killed is, there are many versions to it. And I'm telling you the many versions because I know one version I said the streets are talking, but there are about 2 or 3 different law enforcement versions up there. So the story changed. This is the latest version. After these 2 were arrested, it said that a man and 2 women are now charged. So they were actually charged with murder in the deadly shooting at the Miramar apartment complex, right? And it said that a man and a woman were charged in the deadly murder in a fatal shooting of a man at a Miramar apartment complex. Lindsay Grenache and Yesenia Collier, both girls. So the other girl that was in it, she also is 28 years old, just like Yesenia Collier. And then there was the guy who was 34-year-old Stephen LaPenta. After facing charges of first-degree murder with a firearm, 3 shooting records showed. La Penta was arrested first, while Grenage was arrested after. Broward County jail records show information about Collier's arrests wasn't available at that time. The shooting happened at a place called Avalon in Miramar Park Place apartments on Southwest 30th Court. The victim, 36-year-old Alec Matthew Hugh Sam, the same guy we spoke about already, the Jamaican dude, he was found shot at the scene. He was out in the middle of the street. He was rushed to Memorial Hospital, a regional hospital, where he died from his injuries. He was only shot once. And according to the police this time around, the police report says that La Penta, the other dude, is the one who pulled the trigger after confronting Hugh Sam and his girlfriend and demanding the $3,500 in cash that they had on them. So it doesn't look like this was anything other than his girlfriend set him up with her friends, and they came to rob him pretty much. So much of the report detailing how the shooting unfolded is actually redacted. And this is the reason why news media houses cannot get the actual full story. But it appears that La Penta, Grenage, and Collier, they were with Hugh Sam, the Jamaican dude. All three of them were with him and his girlfriend at a club partying hours before the shooting. That's kind of confusing. So that means there's a fourth person here. La Penta is the guy that pulled the trigger. Grenage and Collier are the two females who are arrested. And they were with Hugh Sam and his girlfriend. Hugh Sam girlfriend, if you're out there, please come forward and tell us your side of what happened. Air it out, because right now they have him looking bad, right? As far as information that's been put out there, they have him looking bad. So us, the public, can understand what actually took place. I mean, I'm curious. I would love to know what actually happened. So if all three of these who are responsible for his death were there with him and his girlfriend, that kind of debunks what the first theory was about the escort service, if you will, and a pimp and or somebody who is her enforcer and him refusing to pay for her services, etc. Apparently what this looks like is they all met. It looks like they had money. Okay, the Hugh Sam and his girlfriend, they had money. And they pull their money out and they're there and they're spending. You know, when you go out and you buck up into a group of people and you and a group of people hit it off and y'all partying up for the night, but you guys aren't really friends, as in you didn't know each other before meeting at this party. Well, it seems like the three who are charged for his murder were three who were scheming on him the whole time at the party. That's what it looks like. And then they said, but what would the physical altercation at the place at the club have to do with a shooting at the apartment complex? And who lives at the apartment complex? Are they all from, this whole thing is confusing. Are they all like from the same apartment complex, and that's why they hit it off good when they met up at the place where they were partying? Oh, I know you. You live in the same apartment building that I do. Come on over. Let's have drinks at my table. Let's have some fun together. We all going back to the same place end of the night anyways kind of vibe. La Penta, Grenage, and Collier confronted Hugh Sam at the apartment complex hours later, where La Penta fired a single shot that killed Hugh Sam, the report said. It says that it was, according to the police report, La Penta is the one that pulled the trigger after confronting Hugh Sam and his girlfriend and demanding $3,500 in cash that they had on them. I just thought I'd put that out there. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Either way. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. You know, all I can say is, man, condolences to his family. May his soul rest in peace. When I come a family or foreign for people kill we off up here. Wanna live good. That's all I can say. Walk good and go with God. In the meantime, reach out. I'm out. Peace.